terms of the okay, so
In terms of what?
no, I was just going to ask about the. Do you know anything about the offer itself or the team that Gianni runs?
It's it's like a biz op for people that want to do drop shipping. It's like an AI that builds everything with AI. I think they build stores for them or something like that. They have tools to make it super easy. So it's people you're going to be talking to people that they probably have a 9 to 5 and they
Okay,
want either more money or location freedom or time freedom, So we can just I'll just play a prospect and you just start from the top.
sure. Okay, so in terms of okay, let's just start it from the top. Hi Ben, how's it going?
Hey, Derek. It's going pretty good, man. How about you?
Good, good. I see you're based in Toronto, Canada.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I know we've got a limited amount of time here today, so are you ready to jump straight in?
Yeah, sure. You want to be probably a
Cool.
little bit quicker. I see you're based in Toronto. Yeah. Awesome. Well, I know we got a limited amount, like just like that tiny little gap there. There's like a bit of,
Be quicker. Nice. Okay.
it's like you're,
So,
yeah, like step up energy wise.
okay, cool.
Cool.
So,
We're leading the conversation. Dude, that's awesome. Well, I know we got a limited amount of time. You ready to jump right in? Yes. Anyway,
okay,
keep going.
perfect.
Keep going.
Okay, keep going with what we got there. Cool. So I've taken a look at your application. I have all your details,
You
and
didn't frame the call.
I don't even know the don't even know the frame as of yet.
So definitely excited to dig into your story. And we're going to go deep on what you've got going on with your life, with your business right now, and also get clarity into what it is you're looking to accomplish. From there, if we have alignment between that and what we do over here with blah, 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 or you can just say with what we do, then we could jump into all those details if that sounds good.
Okay. Okay, so something along the lines of definitely excited to go deep into your story, figure out what's going on, your challenges, your goals, and then if we're aligned there, jump into what we do. Oh, going blank. Da, da, da. 1 second, sorry, I'll just pull the.
The old four call pillars.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I
definitely excited to dig into your story and go deep on what you've got going on in your business or your life right now and to get clarity on what you're looking to accomplish. And then if we've got alignment there with what we've got going on over here at the AI, blah, 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 we can jump into all those details if that sounds good. Yep. Awesome, man. So I looked at your application, got all those details. So I'm curious, in your opinion, what is the biggest challenge that you're having growing your dropshipping business right now or whatever?
sure. Okay. Yeah, I'm literally going through those trainings right now. So I just started with the framing the call one, but so I'm just going to pull the script in front of me, and then uh, I'll jump in. So definitely excited to dig into your story, go deep on what you've got going on in your business, get clarity on what you're looking to accomplish, and then if we've got alignment there with what we've going on here at AICom, we can jump into all those details. If that sounds good.
Yeah, sounds great.
Awesome, man. So looked at your application, got all these details, and so I'm curious, what is the biggest challenge you're having with your e-commerce store right now?
Yeah. Okay. So don't forget, in your opinion, and you want to slow that down and emphasize like biggest challenge in like with like growing your ecom business right now.
Okay.
So I took a look at your application. I got all those details, and so I'm curious. In your opinion, what is the biggest challenge you're having growing your ecom business right now? Like,
Okay.
slow it down.
Okay. So I took a look at your application. I've got all your details, and I'm curious. In your opinion, what is the biggest challenge going on with your e-commerce business right now?
Uh, Yeah, I mean, I guess the biggest challenge is just knowing really where to start, what to sell. I've got like a 9 to 5, so I've been looking into ways to, I guess, get out of it and do something online and something where, um, yeah, I really don't have to have a shitty job anymore. So I guess just knowing really where to start.
Okay, got it. So you're currently in a shitty job which you're looking to get out of. You, in terms of your e-commerce store, you don't know where to start or what to do to get out of said 9 to 5. Is that accurate?
Yeah, exactly.
Sure. Okay. Can I ask, what do you currently do?
I'm in construction. I do scaffolding.
Got it. Okay. And out of curiosity, what's making you want to get out of the scaffolding role?
Um, I mean, a few things. It's like I have to work very like remotely. Like I make decent money. Like not really complaining there, but I don't really have that much of a life. And it's very physical, and it's a hard job. And I just know that there are people out there that are probably making what I'm making a year and like a month doing stuff like this, and um, that's the thing that really I want to be doing.
Okay. Okay. So you said that the money that you're making was decent and you've got no complaints there.
Well, it could always
But
be more.
you sure it could always be more. I mean, how much did you make last month?
Make about 2,000 a week after tax, so around 8K.
Okay. And that's what you made last month?
Yeah.
Cool. The and does the same follow through for all of the prior months?
Um, yeah, so there's times where I'm like with the way it works with my company, there's a certain time on certain projects, and then there might be a bit of a lag, and then we'll go to another one and have to move. So um, generally, when I'm working, yes, but there's um, this past year, I've worked on two different projects, and it's probably like a month gap between them.
Okay, got it. And that month gap, how much money would you have been making? Would it have been zero?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. And can I ask, when you are on project, how many hours are you usually working in the week? Or how many hours did you
Um,
work last week, should I say?
dude, it's like 12 hours a day. We get one day off a week.
Sure. Okay. Got it. And then are you, for that one day off, are you still in the remote location or?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Okay. And then, so curious, with the current setup of 12-hour days and having one day off, how much time are you able to, if any, to devote to actually growing an e-com store right now?
Mm, I could definitely do it on my day off or whenever I get breaks. And I mean, probably by the time I get home at like 5 o'clock, I have usually 3 to 4 hours before I go to sleep. So I would say probably a decent amount of time.
Okay. And so currently, I know you've obviously looked into this small, but have you made any traction with trying to set up a store?
Yeah, dude, you're getting off the pain way too quick.
I thought that. Fuck.
What else did I say that was what was the main thing I said that was like the big reason why I want to get out of this?
You said that it was a shitty job, 9 to 5, 12 hours. It was remote location, and it was physically laborsome or physically
What else?
cumbersome.
What else did I say? Because of the remote.
I
I said, dude, I feel like I don't have a life.
don't have a life. Fuck, I actually have that here. Cunt. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
I want to dig into that.
sure. Okay. So can will we just go back to that?
Yeah. Just go back.
Would you
Also,
have went
like,
to?
if you're going to ask about the money, it's fine. But like, it's a problem that I do because you went into the money. Okay, how much did you make? Is that every single month? And then you went right into time.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
there's more layers deep that you could have gone. Okay, so how much are your monthly expenses? Okay,
Mm,
okay, so you're making 8K a month. What were your monthly expenses last month? Oh, okay, well, it's 2K. Okay, got it. So what are you doing with the rest of the 6K? Oh yeah, I'm just saving that. Okay. So like that would it's not like just to financially qualify them, but you never know that those numbers might be way different. Like I'm making 8K, but my expenses are 5K and I'm sending 2K back to, you know, these people back home or something. You just don't know. But it's like there's another layer there that you want to be curious about. If you're going to be on the topic of money, like go all the way to the
yeah.
bottom of it.
Got it. Okay. Okay. But the money would have been was the wrong direction to go down anyway.
It was like I mean, it's definitely a thing,
Hmm.
like you want to talk about it. The very first thing I said was like, well, dude, I'm like working in remote shitty locations. I feel like I don't have a life.
Yeah. Fuck. I
It's hard.
actually wrote
It's
that.
physical. I'm making decent money. It's like, okay, when you say you're making decent money, like that, for sure, you could go there first, but don't forget about the fucking,
Yes. I should have fucking.
you hear words
Okay.
like, I don't have a life, dude. Like that is the thing that I'm really buying. It's like, well, like the money's really fine, but, you know,
Okay.
well,
Got it.
what good
So.
is making money if you don't feel like you have a life? Yeah. I mean, fuck, dude. Exactly.
mm, Okay. Okay. Can we go back to that, so?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so you mentioned currently you don't have a life due to the locations that you're working in being so remote. The work itself is physically cumbersome. You feel that the money is fine. You don't have complaints there. However, you think that there's other people making more than you in what you make in a year, in a month. Is that accurate?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I know they are. Like I see them all the time on social media.
Cool. Got it. Okay. And so when you said you feel like you don't have a life, could you tell me what you mean by that?
Well, yeah, dude. It's like I work in Alberta, so like 10 hours north of Edmonton, which is like Edmonton's it's like the northernmost capital city in Canada. And I'm 10 hours north
Hmm.
of that. So the place that I live in, there's only 400 people, and they're all mostly guys. And this, other than that, it's just fucking bears. And I'm just up there, in the middle of nowhere, making all this money, and there's nothing else to spend it on, but other than alcohol or fucking drugs, which seems like that's what most people do. And it's like, what's the what? Well, what is the point of making all this money if you know there's there's literally nothing. It just feels like you're just working all the time with like kind of like working your ass off really, and not really having anything to do with it, or you know being in a place where you open up Tinder and there's three girls in 100 kilometers and they're all fat. What the fuck?
Okay, got it. So,
You'd be like, I'll be like, wow, that sounds like it's a lot. How long have you felt like you haven't had a life for? Fuck, since I've been doing this. And like, what's that doing to you? What sort of places in your life do you are let's say lacking because of your work situation? Because I'm not buying an e-commerce store, dude. I'm buying a way out of my shitty fucking job in my shitty situation. So you just want to drill
Yes.
into that.
Okay.
Because you could sell me trading, you could sell me a fucking agency offer, an e-com thing. Like I'd probably buy it if I was like,
Mhm.
dude, like just I'm like it's I've given you problems, but they're not burning problems yet. Right? The burning problem is
Okay.
going to come from you getting very specific into, you know, making me feel like how fucking shitty this situation is.
Sure. Okay. Um, yeah, in terms of that, so the how long you feel like you don't have a life for, then probably going to age maybe. Um, and
Well,
then
you just don't overthink it, bro. Just what would be the most natural thing you'd be curious about after what I just said?
after the 400 girls thing on,
Well, three girls in 100 kilometers on Tinder.
I'd just be like, why can't you just move to a scaffolding company that works in big cities? Is what I'd be
Well,
kind of curious about.
yeah, I guess I could, but they wouldn't pay as well, and my expenses would be a lot higher there. And I don't know, I am trying to make as much money as possible, but at the same time, I'm like, I don't know, I'm kind of in a pickle because if I want to make as much money as possible, I have to be super remote. I'd be making way less doing the same shitty job, you know. So it's it's basically that. I also don't really know. I got this job from like a friend. I don't really have connections in the city and stuff, and not really sure if I'd be able to even do that.
Okay, got it. And I guess how long have you felt like you haven't had a life for?
Yeah, dude, I think you would just need to go into more specifics before you ask how long though.
Okay.
Like, okay, so when you say you don't have like what would you like to be doing with, you know, okay, so if I'm hearing you right, you're making 8 grand a month. Your expenses are how much? 2K. Okay. So you have an extra $6,000 there, but you have nothing to spend it on. And, it sounds like dating is important to you, but you're not able to do that. In what ways do you feel like you don't have a life right now?
Hmm. Okay. And then would you go into the how
Yeah.
long?
Well, like until I start giving you something where it's like starting to get emotional about it and you're getting more specifics.
Sure. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. So then after you'd mentioned that thing about 400 dudes, three girls within a 100-kilometer radius, would you have jumped into the finances then? Because you had mentioned about all having all this money with nothing to spend it on.
Yeah. I mean, you could, it doesn't really matter how you ask it, but it's like, well, you just want to be very clear on what part of my situation is like the main thing. Like, why do I really want to get out of what I'm doing right now?
Sure. Okay. Okay. So, and would you have done a recap there about the 400 guys, towns 10 kilometers north of Edmonton,
10 hours north.
10 hours north?
So it sounds like you're in a place where it's super remote. You're, you know, while you're making good money, I guess quote unquote good money, the things that you would want to be doing, like dating, you're just not able to do that. Is that right? Yeah. Okay. And is that having any type of impact on you in any way? I mean, you could ask that.
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I'm saying I'm going to turn on my light. Ah,
Yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
I could tell that you're like overthinking super, super hard.
Yeah, I'm just unsure of where to go with a lot of it. Um, but yeah, I
Well,
can.
like You look at your notes. If you cleared your mind and looked at your notes and you're really listening to me and like reading between the lines, like what am I, what are my, you know, what would you say the burning problem is without, you know, being overly analytical about it right now?
uh, the complete lack of social life that you have. You're obviously
Yeah.
mentioned dating. You're earning a lot of money, quote unquote, but you
I
feel like you've
mentioned
got nothing to
yeah, I
spend on.
mentioned the dating thing. I also mentioned that like the only thing to spend your money on is like drugs and alcohol. Like, it's like,
Hmm.
is that an issue? Like, well, yeah, like I live with six guys in the same little trailer, and they're always constantly getting fucked up, and like I'm just feeling like XYZ, whatever.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. Got it. Just trying to think where to go from. Yeah. Okay.
So you can
Let's.
just recap if you get stuck, just recap the
Sure.
data.
Okay. Okay. So you're sounds like you're living in a super remote area where there's not much going on with about 400 guys, three girls on Tinder within 100 kilometers distance of you. You're earning a lot of money, but you feel that it's no good if you've got nothing to spend it on other than potentially drugs and alcohol, which is what a lot of people seem to be doing.
Mhm.
Is that currently an issue for you?
Yeah, yeah, I would say so.
Okay. Why?
Yeah, man. I mean, like I the place where I live, like there's like six guys that are like living in the same house, and they're all like degenerates, and they're always drinking and partying and being like just degenerates, really. And it's like I don't know, like I feel like if I keep working here, I'm gonna get sucked into some like fucking black hole of becoming addicted to shit, and not to mention like it's super lonely. Um, I want to be having fun. I want more freedom to, not have to live in a shithole in the middle of the nowhere just to make money.
Okay. And in in terms of the six guys that you live with, the degenerates, when they're out socializing, doing the drugs, the alcohol, are you with them or what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, I do kind of go out. There's like one little like bar slash restaurant that we go to just for something to do. Otherwise, I'd just be sitting at home and either sleeping or like watching Netflix or something. So it's just not much of a, not many options as far as like social life.
Okay, got it. I guess what effect is not having many options as far as a social life and hanging around with those friends in the bars having on you right now?
Mm, just kind of like wondering, like, where, I don't know, like, where did I go wrong that I ended up here? And like I said, it's kind of lonely and forced to live with a bunch of people that I don't really like, and just, you know, wondering if there's a better way to be living and making money. And, uh, yeah, it sucks.
Okay. And can I ask, how long have you been living in a situation that you feel sucks, wondering, is there a better way to be making money? I guess, how long has this been going on for?
Mm. Well, I would say at least like a year since I've been doing this, but really way before that because I've always kind of had like shitty jobs. Uh, so probably like 4 or 5 years.
Okay, got it. So, so you started your current role about a year ago, is that right?
Yeah.
Or, okay. And what have you looked into in the last year to try to get out of this situation that
It-
sucks?
I think this is a situation where if you just laid it all out of like, huh, okay, so you're in a situation right now that you are isolated, you're
Mhm.
lonely, you're surrounded by people you don't like, you're doing work that's super physical. We didn't even get into that. You're making money that it's okay, but you want to be making more. You feel like you're kind of sounds like you feel like you're kind of just trapped. It's like, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then recap and then ask for something based off of the
Well,
reply.
I would say like has well, like why now do you need to get out of this situation?
Sure. Okay.
It's like laying it all out, making sure that it's like, okay, I heard you. Like all this stuff is going on. It's not just like one thing. So it's like all this stuff. Was there any particular turning point where you said like enough's enough and you have to make a change?
Okay. Got it.
Or
Okay. Mhm.
like you could also say, well, like of all this stuff, like what's bothering you the most right now?
Yeah. Okay. So do the recap and then yeah. Um, so wow, it sounds like you're in a situation that you're extremely isolated. You don't really have a social life, and the little one that you do, you are hanging around with six of your housemates that you feel are degenerates. You're earning good money, but well, in your eyes, good money, but you feel like you could be earning more, and with nothing to spend it on, you're kind of wondering what's the point in all of this.
Yeah.
You're doing work that you hate, that you say is physically laborsome. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Okay, sounds like a lot of issues there, Ben. I guess out of all of those issues that I laid out, what's the one that's bothering you the most?
Well, in a way, it's nice because I've never really made 8 grand a month before. But, just looking around, there's people that are doing the same thing as me and they've been doing it for 20, 30 years and they're not really making that much more money. And their life seems miserable. They're always unhappy, they're always drinking and shit. And I just feel like, I don't know, like working in a labor job that's not really like I could be doing more. I feel like I should be doing something better with my time. And it just kind of feels like kind of like wasting a lot of potential doing what I'm doing.
So you feel like in your current role right now, you're wasting a lot of potential. The Your superiors are guys that you work with are much older than you, but haven't really progressed too much in terms of pay, and the work that you're doing is taking a physical toll. Is that is that accurate?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not really taking a physical toll. Like I'm in good shape and I work out a lot and try to stay healthy, but it's a lot and you're outside in the elements and northern Alberta gets very hot in the summer and then very, very cold in the winter. So yeah.
And so, given that this has kind of been your situation for about a year now, Ben, did something change recently that's made you want to get out of this?
Um, yeah, actually. Um, I have a friend back in Toronto who's been doing like online stuff for a while, and he told me that he just, a few months ago, he told me that he launched a store, a drop shipping store, and he's already generated. He kind of hits me up every other week or so and be like, "Hey, dude, I made." At first, it was like I made 2 grand this week with my new store, and I was like, "Oh, awesome, dude, that's cool." And then like a week later, he's like, "Yeah, I made 8," and I was like, "Awesome, nice, that's really cool, man." And then the next week is like I made 16 and then 32 and then 50 and like 100. This is like over the past 4 months. He's like, "Hey, dude, I made like 200 grand doing this," and I'm just sitting here thinking like, why the fuck am I in the middle of fucking nowhere while you know this guy's back in Toronto like living it up, making all his money, and it really just you know was a bit of a wake up call of like, oh fuck, like why am I don't need to be doing this, right? So I mean that's the biggest thing, and I would ask him like how he's doing it and stuff and all that, but you know who knows, maybe his thing is just luck, and I figured that there are other people out there that are actually showing people how to do it and could just maybe they have a system or I don't know. And so I to answer your question, yeah, it was seeing my friend basically not have to do all this, be isolated, not have to give up his life in many ways, and do something that ultimately sounds way better than what I'm doing.
Sure. Okay. And I know you said you don't want to ask this friend about what he's doing because maybe what he did is just down to luck. Would you still not be willing to ask him to see if you could get lucky too?
Mm, I mean, I probably could, but at the end of the day, dude, it's like I really don't want to be in this place before winter comes, and it's already uh, getting. I don't know. It's already very close, and I just feel like I'm looking for something to make this happen a lot faster.
And why don't you want to be in that place for when winter comes?
I mean, working outside in -40, it's not very fun.
Okay. Got it. And this friend that you mentioned, you said that he's made what? Was it 200K in the last 4 months?
Yeah,
Okay. Got it. So let's just say an average of 50K a month. Is that accurate? Do you know if that's all, if that's 50K profit or?
probably not. He says he spends a good amount of it on ads. I haven't really asked him how much his profit is, but it's almost definitely way more than I'm making.
Sure. Okay. Fuck, I'm going to pause for a second. I'm trying to go in the direction of, you know, I was going to say like your friend's making 50K a month, you're making eight. That's a 42K difference. It would take you, it's basically just over 6 months to make that amount of money that he makes in 1 month. Um, but I just kind of got caught there on the profitability question. Do you think that's a good route to go down, or?
I mean, I would probably switch it up now to more towards ownership of like, okay, so your friend is making about 5 times more than what you're making in a month, living
Yeah,
in the place that you would want to live, probably having the life that you want, while you're here. stuck in your situation, right? Yeah. I mean, what's going through your head when you think of that? I mean, I have like I really have to do what he's doing. I just had to figure it out. Okay. And so what have you done to try to get your store going and start getting out of your situation? Or like how long ago did you start thinking, oh, I need to be doing an e-com store? Okay, what have you done?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Nothing. Okay.
Um, right. And so, in terms of like how you know when to move off, is that just like intuition, or like how do you know when you have enough on a certain topic to move off?
So, I mean, as far as like the problem and the impact and then the absurdity and the ownership and the identity, we're like we've got enough into the problem in the pain
Okay.
or the impact that we can start
Okay.
trying to figure out, okay, moving towards ownership now. Like we swung the pendulum pretty far of like the pain.
Yeah. Okay.
The question is, am I really feeling it? I mean, we've got enough there that at the end of the call, you know, the guy's pretty good chance of buying, but not without ownership. So,
Sure. Okay. So Ben, it sounds like this friend of yours is, you know, living your dream life. You know, he's making over
so
five
this guy,
times.
so your friend has made basically double what you would make in a year. Sorry, a bit more than that. So he's made your yearly revenue, your yearly income in 2 months.
Yeah. Okay.
Now, when did you start thinking, oh, maybe I should be doing what he's doing?
Okay. Okay.
Because then
So
it's just like trying to get into like the commitment, you know. I kind of give you like the why now, but then it's like, okay, so got it. Your friend is the thing that's the turning point for you. Why was that a turning point? Well, yeah, dude, he's making double what I'm making. He's making like 8 times or 5 times what I'm making a month living in fucking Toronto, living it up. Okay. And so why did it take you 4 months to start taking some, that might be a bit too soon, but so what have you done?
yeah.
What
Okay.
what have you been doing to start your own drop shipping store?
Okay. So your friend makes more than what you make in a year in essentially the space of 2 months. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Uh, I guess how long ago did you actually start looking into that an e-commerce store might be a viable option?
Um, I first tried to start one like probably 2 or 3 years ago, but then I I created a Shopify and didn't really get it going, but I really started thinking about it like 3 months ago when he told me, "Hey, dude, I like he was starting to make money from it." I'm like, "Oh, that's
Mhm.
interesting." So about like 3 months ago,
Okay. And what have you done in the last 3 months to look into this?
to start your own, what have you done to start your store, get yourself out of the situation?
What have you done to start your e-commerce store and get yourself out of the situation in the last 3 months?
Mm, I mean, other than just watching YouTube videos and just kind of like looking at products and stuff, I haven't really done anything.
Okay.
So it's like, well, okay, well, what do you feel like you would need to do to get the store going that you haven't been doing?
Would you go into the time lapse between 3 months ago and now? Like why it's taken 3 months to. to
I
book a
mean, you
call?
could, but I still want to get like, I
Sure.
mean, you could stack that. Okay, so you've been doing nothing? Well, I'm watching a few YouTube videos. How many YouTube videos have you watched? Mm, probably for like an hour a day, I'll watch a YouTube video. Okay. And so you've watched 7 hours a week. So let's say 28 hours a month. So 60, 92 hours of YouTube videos you put into just watching YouTube videos, but not actually starting a store. Yeah. Well, do you feel like that's part of the problem is you haven't actually been doing anything? You've just been kind of in the research mode? Yeah. Okay. Well, what do you feel like you need to be doing?
Okay.
Well, yeah, I need to just find somebody who can just show me how to do it, what to do. Maybe that they have a system and something that I can do. I can be confident in as far as like finding the right products and selling it and setting everything up. It's kind of a lot when you're, you know, working a lot. It's pretty tired at the end of the day. But if somebody has a system, then I feel like I could get it going. Okay. So got it. At what point did you realize that you needed help to get this going over these last 3 months? Yeah, probably like a month ago, a month and a half, I would say. Okay, what happened then? Well, I just realized I wasn't really doing anything. Okay. So why did you continue to do it? Well, I just couldn't really find anyone to help me. Did you look? No. Okay. So the thing that you need to be doing, you haven't even looked for it. Why not? Yeah, it's just like now we're in ownership. It's also absurd. We kind of passed through absurdity. Okay, so you've been choosing to not look for somebody who can actually help you get out of the situation. And
Mm.
yet now we're on a call to talk about it. So like, did something change for you to, you know, you could go into like, why not? You've been choosing to do the thing, to not do the thing that's going to get you out of the situation. Yeah. Why? I mean, I don't know, dude. It's just blah, blah, blah. Well, if you don't change that, is that going to solve the problem? No. Okay. Well, why, if you are you no longer willing to keep watching just YouTube videos and actually find a mentor who can help you do this? Yeah. I mean, well, I just kind of realized if nothing changes, nothing changes. Okay. But like, that doesn't really, I mean, what's really going on? Well,
Hello.
because it's not like that's not ownership. Okay. What you realize I'm
Sorry, you're completely lagging here, Ben. I can't. You're frozen.
you're back now.
Okay.
Yeah. So like ownership is like someone's fat. They tell you, I need to go to the gym and eat better. Have you been doing
Yeah.
that? No. Well, why not? Oh, well, I guess I'm just really embarrassed. What are you embarrassed of? I'm just embarrassed I'll be the fat person at the gym. Okay, well, if you continue to let that embarrassment prevent you from doing the things that you need to do you think you're going to solve the problem? No. Are you ready to get over that embarrassment and actually start taking action on finding the right diet, doing the trainings, and actually getting this handled for good? Yeah. Why? Why now? Well, because
Mm.
and why do you want our help if you do? Well, yeah, I really liked your guys' training and blah 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 blah.
In terms of then at the very end, well, not at the very end, at the end of the discovery, when you're pulling them out with the how much longer, do you usually give a summary first and then do the how much longer question? And then
Yeah.
quick question, how much, like how does the how does the summary differ to like the how much longer? Do you know what I mean?
Well, the summary is like you're laying out all like their situation.
Yeah.
You're in a situation where you have no social life. You're miserable because you're surrounded by other people. It's also making you feel like doing this labor job, it's like you feel shitty about yourself because you feel like you could be doing more. You have a friend that's making what you make in a year, in 2 months, living the life that you want. And the reason why you haven't been actually taking action and actually getting the same results because you haven't been taking action on finding a mentor because you've been procrastinating or whatever. You've been scared or you've been lazy or you've like whatever. You got to get to the ownership first. How much longer is that accurate? Yeah. How much longer do you want to keep letting procrastination be the thing that keeps you working in the middle of fucking nowhere, having no life, hating yourself, freezing your ass off in the winter, and continuing to surround yourself with degenerates, which are probably going to make you like the next degenerate? Like how much longer? How many more days? Dude,
Hmm.
like not another day.
Got it. Okay. Excellent. Okay. Thank you for explaining that distinction. Okay, that was definitely a lot to work on. But
Well, you're
good to
almost
get the
there,
first
dude.
one
You
done.
might, you're almost there. So you just get me into ownership, dude. So
Sure. Okay.
try the ownership. So 3 months ago, you started thinking of creating a drop shipping store. What have you done to make that happen?
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay.
I've mostly been watching YouTube videos.
Okay. And how many YouTube videos have you been
Okay,
watching
so
a
you
week?
you mostly been watching YouTube. Yeah, probably like I watch about an hour to 2 hours a day. So depending on how long they are, like I don't know, couple. And how many stores have you launched and actually started from that strategy? None. Okay.
Okay.
So it hasn't been working to get you out of the situation. No. Okay. What do you feel like you do need to get, you know, well, if that's not working, well, what do you feel like you need to do to get yourself into a position where you do have a store that's profitable and it's making you money and it's going to allow you to stop working in Alberta, you know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
I need a system. I need help. I need mentorship. Okay. Have you been looking for that? Well, no, not really. Well, okay. Well, why not? I guess I've just been, I don't know. I guess I've just been procrastinating and, you know, kind of telling myself that it's not that bad because I am making more money than I ever made before, but maybe I should just suck it up. And it's just like, well, you have to draw a line. You're basically like, well,
Yeah.
is that going to get you out of Alberta? Is that mentality going to get you out of Alberta? No. Well, what is? Well, I need to find someone to help me and just start taking action and be committed. Are you ready to do that now? Yeah. Why? Well, dude, yeah, I'm just. I mean, I hate it here. Dude. It's fucking sucks. I don't care if I make less money, dude, as long as I get out and I can actually have some freedom of, you know, having a life. I mean, that's the most important thing. Okay, but like you've been comfortable for the past year. I mean, what's what's really going to make now different? Like, what's going to stop you from? What's going to what's going to prevent you from just going back to that same pattern if you don't, you know, let's say you start this and then something happens and you stop like you did a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, whenever it was. Uh, yeah, good point. I guess if I really had someone to push me and help me, you know, keep going and not make excuses. Okay, well, I mean, do you feel like part of the problem is that you always rely on external people to push you and you don't have enough of an internal drive yourself? Ah, yeah, maybe. Okay. Well, what we're pretty clear on like what you don't want. What do you want? Well, I mean, dude, I want to be successful. I want to be able to travel. I want to be able to, you know, make way more money, provide for my family. I want to have a social life. I want to be able to pick who I live with and where I live and not feel like I have to work my ass off physically all day to make money. Okay, well, is that a big enough reason for you to get past your procrastination and actually take action on this? Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. Okay. Well, why, if you do you want our help to do that, to take action and to push you? Well, I really liked your webinar and your case studies and stuff, and I saw that a lot of people are doing this, and I like Jordan has a really good brand, and um, yeah, it seems like you just guys just have all your systems in place. Okay, cool. Well, hit him with a summary, and then how much longer?
Got it. Okay. Wow. Okay. That's fuck. You go so much deeper.
Yeah. Well, you got to keep being curious throughout the entire discovery of like you're not selling the person. You're not like the problem you're solving is the person at this point at
Mhm.
ownership. You know, who have you been showing up as, which means that you're happy living here and you haven't been taking any action. Yeah, I guess I just had a lot of self-doubt that I could do it. Okay. But you also have never gotten help. Well, do you feel like if you gotten help that would, if you were doing the same thing that was a proven process and you had systems and you had someone to show you what to do you feel like that is what you need to get out of this self-doubt and actually start taking action and ultimately put you in a position where you can leave Alberta and have the lifestyle that you want? Well, yeah.
Oh, okay. That was okay. Fuck. Yeah, I think the as you said, I was very in my own head about it, and like even when I was trying to like be as present as possible, I was always thinking like, "Fuck, what question do I ask next? What question do I ask next?"
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I mean, sometimes it's just like if you clear your mind and you look down at your notes, it's like the next question comes, right? Huh. Okay, so you've you tried this a year and a half ago and then you stopped. Why did you stop? Well, I couldn't figure it out. Okay. And so over the past 3 months, what have you done to start your drop shipping store and actually start, getting yourself out of this situation? I've been watching a few hours of YouTube videos every day. Okay, and how many stores did you launch? Zero. Okay, why not? Okay, so the thing that you need to do is launch a store, pick a product. You know, you haven't been doing that. Well, why
Why
not?
not? Yeah.
I guess I just been overwhelmed and a bit of you know, kind of worried that like, what if what if I guess can't do it? Well, what would you need to? That's also a solution. So you've been getting overwhelmed and you have a lot of self doubt. Yeah. Well, then you could also tie that into the mentorship of like, well, is it fair to say that you've been getting overwhelmed and self doubt because you just haven't had someone to show you what to do and how to do it and make sure that you're doing it properly? Yeah.
Mhm.
Is that what you were hoping to get out of you know, our program? Yeah, exactly. Okay. Well, are you ready to start taking action and actually start, doing the things that you need to do and stop allowing yourself to be overwhelmed and just follow a proven process? Yes. Okay, why now? Well, dude, well, actually, yeah, my friend invited me to go to Europe for 2 months. He's doing the ecom store, and I want to do it, but I know I'm also going to need money. So I think now's the perfect time because I'm going to go, and I have all the time there to start a store and start a business and really go for it as long as I have some type of support and systems and all that. Okay, interesting. Why do you want our help? If you do,
Hmm. What do you feel like what do you want our help? Then summary. How much longer?
you know.
Okay.
Oh, interesting. So, I mean, there's a lot of people out there that teach drop shipping, and you also have your friend that you're going to go travel with. Why not go? Why not just get him to show you versus you know joining a program like ours? Oh well, I don't know. I kind of just want to do my own thing. I don't really want to. I feel like if I don't know, if I got him to show me, like I don't know what it is. I have like I guess an ego that I want to say that when I have the store, like I did it. Right.
Hmm.
I don't want someone to just hand it to me. I want to like I know that I invested, I put in the work. My success is my own. I didn't just get somebody to just just show me what to do. I don't know what it is, but like I would feel way more comfortable actually investing with you know a, a mentor and actually putting in the work myself versus like just having kind of like bumming off somebody. Well, like couldn't you pay him? Well, yeah, I guess, but we're also friends, and I feel like that might make our relationship weird. Okay,
Hmm. Okay.
got it.
Okay. Fuck. Wow. In and in terms of like in terms of the questions that you ask, like, are you kind of going off of that framework example that you gave me? Are you literally just in state and then just thinking of what to ask in the moment and not necessarily like going off a loose framework?
Um, well, it's like two things. Like number one, I know what I need to do on a call. Like I know
Hmm.
the points that need to be hit. You have a burning problem, you have a strong desire and commitment to change, you're taking ownership of it, and you have some level of trust in us. And there's no other like loopholes that you can kind of like sneak through of like, well, maybe I will go just pay my friend to do it. And so
Yeah.
that is going on. And like I know where I need to go as far as like the signposts for the discovery, but I'm also just in the moment, like just thinking through it of like, well, well, mm, like if this were me, like what would I need to do to come to the decision of like this is 100% what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to do it now. I'm going to invest. I'm totally ready. I trust you guys. Like mm, it's kind of the same thing, really.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, it's just coming down to presence. Like okay, so like I've got like a pretty big case here of like why you need to change. We're pretty clear on that. Sounds like the thing that you've lacked is like having a plan and you haven't been the type of person who's committed to taking action on it and you've been letting yourself procrastinate and have self doubt, which has caused you to not do the things you need to do to get out of the situation. Is that fair to say? Yes. Okay. Has something changed where you're no longer willing to allow those patterns to keep you in the situation? Well, yeah, this thing happened. This thing happened. Okay. Well, then why, if you do you want our help to get you the mentor or whatever? Da da da.
Mhm.
Okay. And then summary. How much longer? You go from there.
Okay, got it. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. And then just fucking repetition after repetition, right?
Yeah. Like I've heard Josh say before that um he doesn't really know where the call is going to go, other than the fact that like the first half of the call is like I'm going to be getting data, and then the second half is going to be getting more into the emotions and commitment, and then
Hmm.
trust in us is like the very last thing, and then summarize it, and you know you don't always have to say how much longer, but take him out of the discovery on like a either a commitment or an urgency or like some type of you know something where we're like, all right, we're moving now,
Hmm.
It's like taking them down emotionally, getting them to sit in the pain of like how shitty it is, figuring out, okay, now that we've felt that way and you're like feeling it now, well, let's figure out why you still haven't been able to figure it out. Oh, it's this. Okay. So that's like the deeper level of like, it's me, it's the way I've been making decisions and showing up and the choices I've been making. And, my mental model, which is ownership, that mental model, we were fracturing it now because it's like, the thing that you say that you want, which is freedom in a drop shipping store and to get out of your situation, like your mental model has not been allowing you to do that. So we're fractured now by exposing the truth. And it's like, well, what new mental model do you need to get to what you actually want, which is all these things? Well, I'm going to need help. I'm going to need mentorship and stuff. Okay, why with us? Well, because blah, 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 blah. How much longer do you want to wait to get that help, which is going to, you know, continue having you go another day scaffolding, picking up heavy shit all day in the cold, in the heat, living with people that you hate, you know, feeling like you're not living up to your full potential and ultimately having no life. Not another day.
Fuck, you make it sound so simple.
It is simple.
Yeah, it
You're
is.
overcomplicating it.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. Um, hmm, yeah, and I guess in terms of trying to train this while not obviously being on a closing role, do you just recommend like trying to do as many actual effective role plays as possible to try kind of get the muscle for this?
Yeah. I would suggest that you volunteer to role play on the Friday call. You do that as quick as possible.
Okay.
Just come up with an offer, it's ecom or whatever. Do trainings, review your calls, do the launch pad. Right now, you're still in the launch pad, so don't worry too much about Scriptless. What week are you on in the launch pad?
First, week two.
Okay, so you got your pre-call checklist, state management, and your mission, your daily number.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Well, those ones are extremely important. Um, State is the biggest one. It's like when you're,
Mm.
you know, when you're talking to people, if there's a part of your brain that's like trying to think of the next question or where should I go from here, you have to cut that out. Right? Like
Yeah.
you should be like silent when they're talking and talking, talking, talking. You might jot down a few notes. Okay, he said this. This is a pain point. This is a pain point. Oh, this is something that um, might be an objection. This is something that it's like ownership here. And then you look at your notes and then you process it, and then boom, like the other part of the state is like you have it's like you have a 10 out of 10 certainty or confidence that the next question is going to come. It's like, okay, well, so you're working this job that you really hate, living with people you hate in a place you hate. Your friend is doing this successfully. You've known about this. You tried it before. You haven't gotten it to work. Well, why haven't you got it to work? Well, I guess I've just been trying YouTube too much and I haven't really actually gotten a coach. Oh, when did you realize that you needed a coach? Ah, I mean, I guess I always knew, but you know, I've it's become more and more obvious because nothing's changing. So if you've always known it and still nothing's changing, well, if that's the thing that you need to do, well, why have you allowed yourself to not do it? That's ownership. I'm like, well, fuck. I guess I've just
Mm.
who knows? Maybe I've been a bit complacent or I've been whatever. It's like if you don't change that, is the problem going to solve itself? No. Well, okay. Well, has something changed where you're no longer willing to keep going through that pattern of procrastinating or overthinking or being scared or self doubt? Has something changed where you're no longer willing to do that? Yeah. What was it? Was there any signature moment or a turning point for you? Yeah. I mean, um, whatever it was, you know, I just realized that fuck, I've been something. I don't know. You know,
Yeah, yeah, okay. Fuck. So state's main thing, practice, nominate myself for role plays, obviously do the launch pad. In terms of actually, sorry, oh yeah, because I was planning on nominating myself to be a prospect on the thing on Friday. How do you actually nominate yourself?
you go in there and you say that I want to role play, be the first one to do it.
What, just put it in the chat, is it?
Yeah. You don't have to start as a prospect. You could start as a closer.
Okay. Okay, yeah, sorry, I just didn't see like maybe I joined late or something, but I didn't see any like chat history of people doing that. So I was wondering, is there something you do before it to actually?
Nah, it's in the chat.
Okay, okay, cool. Wow. Okay, so a lot to work on, but sounds like the state thing is the main one. Just trying to have a natural conversation. Fuck, it just makes so much sense when you say it out loud.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. I can tell like how much you're overthinking because of like how slow you're asking the next questions. And you're like, this like as long as you're asking the right questions, it doesn't necessarily matter if you're super slow, as long as you're like talking about the right thing, which
Yeah,
comes from listening,
yeah,
right? Like
listen.
if I turn off my camera and you ask me the biggest challenge again, and I go, just like tune into my voice, okay,
Sure.
and try to listen for the pain. So what's the biggest challenge with your growing your ecom business right now? Yeah, I guess I don't really know where to start. I've been working at like a construction job that is super annoying, and um, yeah, I work in the middle of nowhere, and I guess I've just been looking for a way to really get out. I honestly feel like while I'm making half decent money, I just don't have a life here, um, and so I feel like drop shipping is one of these tried and true ways that people are doing, and um, I think I could do it. I just need to figure out how to do it, where to do it, what to do.
Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right. Even listening to that has to be the feel like I don't have a life here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
feel like you don't have a life with your construction job, you're working in the middle of nowhere, um, and you feel like drop shipping is the thing that you are wanting to do to get out of it. Is that right? Yeah. You said you don't have a life. Like, what's going on?
Yeah. That's it's literally just natural curiosity.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, dude, I'm super isolated. I live 10 hours north of the nearest major city. There's no girls here to talk to. Like I work with degenerates. I make good money. Like I don't have much bills and make like 8 grand a month, but like there's nothing to spend it on other than drugs and alcohol. And I don't want to do that. And so like what's the point of making all this money if you can't do anything with it? You know, I feel like shit. Wow.
Yeah.
That sounds stressful. Yeah, dude. I mean, um, sure, I like part of me is saying it's okay because I've never made this much money before. I've always kind of worked shitty minimum wage jobs. But at the same time, uh, my life feels like it's gotten worse. At least before when I was broke, I had friends and I had girlfriends and uh, I wasn't working my ass off. I wasn't in the middle of nowhere. I wasn't surrounding myself with people that I fucking hate. You fucking hate them. That's a pretty strong word. Why do you say that?
Yeah.
Well, dude, like they're just like I got into fights with them and like they're assholes. They're always drinking and stuff. And I never fight people that randomly got into fights with like two of my roommates. And you know, like they're always
Yeah.
like drinking and driving and shit and just they're just complete degenerates. Is that having some I mean,
Sort
maybe
of
it's
effect
stupid.
on you.
Yeah, yeah. What type of impact is that having on you on a day-to-day level?
Mm.
God, dude, I just can't wait for it to be over. I like, you know, I work 35 days on, 6 days off. My days off, I just sit around and kind of I can't go anywhere. I'm like still in the middle of nowhere. I can't go and do anything. So I'm just like, dude, like this fucking sucks.
Mm. And is then in terms of would you say like that example that you just gave there, would that be enough pain and impact
Well,
there?
it's like, well, that's maybe, but then the next level is like, well, how long is that? How long have you
Yeah.
felt like that for? And stretch it out.
And then move it. Okay. Yeah. And then shift.
Huh.
That makes sense.
So I mean, if you've been feeling this way for the past 10 months, has something shifted for where you know, you're no longer willing to keep doing the same job, keep living in the same place with the same people and living the life that you live now? Yeah, something shifted for sure. You know, we're getting closer to winter. It's going to be freezing. It's going to be minus 40 here. But ultimately, like, I'm just looking around, seeing all these people they've been here for years. And I mean, I don't want to be like them. That, you know, there's all they do is just drink and work and, um, you know, spend most of their life like remote. Like, fuck that, dude. Like, uh, it's not worth it. Okay, well, why don't you just go back to, you know, your hometown, or like, why don't you just go back to what you were doing before? No, well,
Yeah.
it's also not worth it because I was making no money and I was broke all the time. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess you said you feel like drop shipping is the vehicle, I guess, that you need to get out of this or that you've chosen. Why drop shipping? Oh, well, yeah, I have a friend that's doing it successfully and you know that he's made like 200K in the past 4 months. And you know he's able to live at home and I'm seeing that I'm like, well, damn, dude, like if he can do it, maybe I can. Oh, wow, okay. So what is he doing to, you know, do you know what he did to grow his drop shipping business? mm, I don't know. Maybe he just figured it out. I mean, have you asked him? Well, yeah, but we don't really talk that much like that. We usually just shoot the shit. Okay, well, why don't you ask him? Well, I mean, I guess I could. Okay, well, do you feel like if you just did the same things that he did, that you would get the same results. Yeah. So what's he doing that you're not? Well, I mean, he started a store. He really went for it. Why haven't you really gone for it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I just kind of have some self doubts. What do you mean? Well, I mean, maybe other people can do it, but I'm not. Like, I've been working the shitty construction job. Maybe it's too complicated. Okay.
So,
Well, is it going to, is not creating a store and actually not really going for it going to solve that? Or is that going to mean that you continue to work in construction? Well, yeah, I have to go for it. Okay. Well, you don't have to.
yeah.
Well, no, I really want to. Why? Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, my friend told me that he was going to Europe for 2 months. He invited me to come. He's going to Croatia, and I thought it'd be awesome. But in the back of my mind, I was kind of worried of like, okay, well, I could quit my job. I have enough money to go, but like, what then? And I guess if I had some type of help or structure or systems to follow, then people that have done it before for many other people, then that would give me the ability to not just go there for 2 months and then have to come back and do the same thing, but then I could actually maybe stay there or keep traveling or, have some type of, have a lot more freedom. Okay. Well, have you been looking into programs or mentors or coaches to help you with that? Well, no, really just, this is like the first one. Huh. Well, why haven't you been looking into them if that's what you feel like you need to do? Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I've just been putting it off. Why?
Yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah.
like
It's a
the
normal
questions you're doing,
conversation.
it's like it should get harder and harder for them to answer.
Oh, sorry, Ben, I lost you. Say that
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
The questions that you're.
You see how it gets harder and harder for me to answer them? Like they have to go
Yeah.
internal. Like, well, fuck, dude, I really don't know why.
Mm,
So it's like the problem, the pain, absurdity is like, well, you haven't been doing the thing that you need to do. Why not? I don't know. Well, if let's just say you did know, what would you say the answer is? Well, I guess I've been scared. Scared of
yeah.
what? Well, what if it doesn't work and then I have to go back? Okay, well, that's a possibility. What do you feel like your friend thinks? Well, I think he has a lot more confidence because he's actually doing it. Okay, well, if you never do it, is it fair to say you will never get the same confidence like him? Yeah.
Mm,
Well, what would you need to do to get it going so that you could have the confidence and you would overcome the fear and actually give yourself a much better chance of getting that life? Well, yeah. I mean, fuck. I guess if I just found somebody to just help me do it, why not go with your friend? Yeah. I mean, I don't know. He's like he's busy and stuff, and I also don't really want to like we're buddies. Like I don't want to be asking him all these business questions. I'd rather just you know have somebody show me what to do, and then if in a way it'd be kind of cool to like surprise him and be like, hey, dude, look at my store, and like having made just as much, if not more money than him, I think that would be funny and cool. So okay, well then, if you never looked into this before, we're the first ones. What did you see with what Jordan was talking about that made you want to come to us? Oh, well, I really like the AI thing. I thought that was really cool because that it would save me a lot of time since I'm working pretty much 60 hours a week, if not 70. I think if I could have something where it's more automated, that would give me a much higher chance of being successful. Plus, I saw your case studies and I like this brand. It seems to have like a no BS mentality or mindset. I resonate with that a lot. Okay. Well, okay. So you're in a situation where you work with people you don't like in a place you don't like doing, the type of job you don't like. You know that through drop shipping, you could get that freedom. You know somebody's doing it. You just haven't taken action because you've been doubting yourself. And the reason you're doubting yourself is because you never had anyone to actually show you what to do. You could ask your friend, but you don't feel like it. You'd want a mentor with more case studies, more of a system, a personality. You want to kind of do this yourself and have, I guess, some type of independence, if I'm understanding that right. Is that accurate? Yes.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, how much longer do you want to keep basically hating your life and allowing yourself to continue to choose not to do anything about it because of your self doubt, allowing yourself to not align yourself with a mentor who can actually give you that step by step roadmap, that guidance, the systems to actually give yourself the freedom that you want? Not another day. Why? Because yeah, I'm just over it, dude. I like I'm if I don't know, if I had an e-com store, I would get the first take it out of here tomorrow. Okay. Well, anything else on your end that we haven't discussed that you feel like I should know? Uh, no, not really. All right. Well, if you like, I can take you through the process of how we help you start and scale a successful e-com store and how we can help you get out of living in the middle of nowhere, doing work you don't like, and actually start giving you the freedom that you want. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck. Okay. Sorry, I have to go in about 2 minutes.
Yeah. Me too.
My missus is coming over, so I have to start cooking. Unfortunately, but okay.
No
Thank you.
worries. Yeah. I got to
Thank you
call him.
for making me do this as well. Actually, that was well, prompting me to do this. That was actually
Yeah, man.
have to
Well,
start something.
oh, Wi-Fi's cutting out.
Guess right. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, it's getting choppy, but no worries, dude. I heard most of it. So yeah, hopefully this helps. Help me. So I'll shoot you the recording when it's processed.
Please do. Yeah. I'd love to do this again whenever you're up for it, or whenever you've got time to even just run through role plays or calls or whatever. I'm happy to try to learn as much as possible and take as much on board as possible. So this is really
Sure.
helpful. Thank you.
You're welcome, man. All right, dude. Well, you have a good dinner with the missus. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you, brother. Oh, actually, but quick question: for do you know the Gianni guy? Do you know anything about his team or anything like that for the thing?
Yeah.
Like how big the team is or anything?
Yeah, they have four closers. Two of them are new. They just launched like a high ticket offer, but Jordan has a big brand that he's been doing webinar sales. They've been doing big numbers off of webinars, doing like a couple hundred grand a webinar, but now they decided to do a high ticket sales model. So yeah, I think they did 180K between two closers, and then they brought on two more. They literally just launched like a month or two ago. But before that, um,
Oh,
Jordan had a big, like he had like a 30K done for you YouTube offer. But then he started a biz op, which is like the AI ecom thing, and that's what they're selling now. It's been blowing up because he has a massive brand, but it's also all organic. So it should be warmer leads. Problem is a lot of them are like from India or like super young and retarded. So it's kind of why they need a setter to start helping them close more people.
oh, so I'd be the first setter, would it? Is that how
Yeah,
it
yeah.
works? Oh, cool. Okay, nice, nice.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
So yeah, Johnny's a cool dude. Um, Let me know how it goes.
yeah, yeah, I will indeed. In terms, yeah, I was just gonna ask, like, in terms of the interview, I presume just know obviously a bit about the offer and then get those questions asked about the lead
Yeah, yeah.
flow teams, expectations, and stuff like that. Like, is there anything that
Yeah, yeah.
you?
I mean, they got a lot of leads. Um, mm, just tell them about your SDR experience and say, listen, I did this for a long time. I'm in Josh's mastermind, like whatever you want to say. Probably ask about, mm, I don't really know. It's been a while since I was a setter. Closing
Yeah,
rate,
fair.
like um, how they're generating leads. What's your process going to be for calling these people? What are the expectations? Are there projections that you have to hit? What does he feel? What do you make per sale? Are there any bonuses maybe, or is there availability to get into closing if you perform? I might ask that.
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Okay.
but yeah, dude, I do have to run. I got to call in like 8 minutes.
Yeah. Shit. Sorry.
So
Sorry.
I'll
Okay.
yeah, I'll talk to you later. Let me know how it goes.
Cool. Thanks, brother. Appreciate it.
See you, dude.